Good morning everyone, and thanks for joining me. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. I'm still moored in Braunston. I was planning to move on today, but there is a severe weather warning, which seems most unlikely given that we have blue skies and the sun is trying to come out. It's just before 9 o'clock. The weather warning starts from 9 o'clock and runs through to 7 o'clock this evening. It's quite a severe warning. You can see by looking at this map, I'm the blue dot and I'm right in the centre of the area affected. Hi, and thanks for joining me. So I've decided not to cruise today. Whether that's the right decision, I don't know. I've been caught out before when I wasn't expecting heavy downpours, and there again, when there's been severe weather warnings, they haven't come. So I just don't know what to believe anymore. But looking ahead till tomorrow certainly looks to be a better day. I'm not rushed. I've got plenty of time to get back to the marina, and I think it makes sense to err on the side of caution. We'll see later on what develops. So I'm going to stay here for now, and I'll catch up with you later. Lovely. First cup of the day. I am running the engine, so you probably hear that in the background. Two boats have just passed me heading towards the locks. Both were crewed. That is the other thing I didn't mention, that being a sole boater with no guarantee that I'll be buddying up with someone in the locks does affect my thinking as to whether to go ahead or not, particularly when dealing with double locks. I'd be far less worried with single locks, but dealing with double locks in the rain with a wet and slippy boat is not always the best thing to do when you're by yourself. Hello.
I recognise you.
Oh, you do?
I do, yeah. I'm on a
Good.
CW boat mover.
Oh, right. Okay. Cheers. All the best. I'm beginning to think I've got this seriously wrong. The number of boat movements there have been since I last spoke to you. I just don't know what to do. There's no doubt the two weather apps that I look at, the Met Office and the BBC, are really at a divergence now. The Met Office have some rain coming, but the BBC think from about 11 o'clock now it's going to be pretty dire. It's a nightmare really trying to work out what to do for the best, but as I've said before, I'm happy to lay over today. I've got a lot to do that I can get on with, so it's not a problem, and that's what I'm going to do. I've made my decision and I'm sticking with it. Tomorrow is a much more promising day, so tomorrow I'll be off again. The weather is beginning to change, but I've been so surprised about the number of boat movements. It is just beginning to rain. It's about 11 o'clock, and this was the time initially rain was expected. In fact, the rain is getting quite noticeable now. So maybe I haven't done the wrong thing then. The rain has suddenly started again, quite unexpectedly. I was just sat inside the cabin and suddenly whoosh. You can hear I'm running the engine. As I'm not travelling today, I need to run the engine several times during the day to keep the batteries topped up because there's not much sun around. And it stopped just as quickly as it started. I've decided to walk up to the bottom lock and visit the shop there. I've never walked along the towpath here before, so I think it's about time I did. There's quite a lot of boats moored along here. Not surprising though, is it? It's like walking through the jungle here. This little boat is called Mouse. It's not really a boat, is it? A tender or something. Just passing Union Canal carriers. Now coming up to one of the London Narrowboat project boats. They do very good community work with all sorts of groups, all sorts of ages and disabilities, and that type of thing. It's quite warm now. I put my coat on in case we've got a sudden downpour again. I'm hoping that won't happen. Just making my way up to bottom lock now. Look down here first, shall we? Some stop planks here. Two boats in the lock, wanting to go up. Just making my way to the shop. I just got some supplies, some bread and milk, some chocolate of course. I thought I'd buy myself an ice cream. And here it is, lovely. I'm on my way back to the boat now. I'll be coming through here tomorrow. At least it hasn't rained again. It did start raining when I was eating my ice cream, but it was just a few spots. It quickly stopped, thankfully. What does this sign mean? I see them in several places. There is one at Watford Locks. I've seen them elsewhere as well. What does it mean? Up the steps I go. In the distance I can see the spire of Braunston Church. It actually wasn't as far as I thought it was going to be to walk up there. A nice easy walk along the towpath. Very welcome. There's the boat in the distance. In I go. Now that didn't take long at all. I'm pleased with that. And I nipped back in the shop to buy some other bits, including a couple of ice lollies, so even better. This is a spare chain. I'm going to put that away. These are the sleeves I bought. You slide these onto your mooring lines and it should help protect them. Got quite a few of these. But these I'm going to put underneath the deck boards in the engine bay. I had 9 of these made. I've only got 8 now. I think there must be one left in the bag with the mooring lines. Anyway, another good job done. Good morning everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm just setting off again. It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining. It's been out since first thing in the morning. I'm looking forward to today's journey. As I've said previously, I'm not going to film as much as I have done because it is the return journey. But I will be doing some filming as I go through the locks. I'm just making my way up to the locks now. There were a few boat movements about half an hour to an hour ago, but no boats have come past other than a working boat. And it's possible I might be sharing the locks with them. They did say they've got to stop off to pick something up, but they're well ahead of me, so you never know. As narrowboat's behind me. So will I set off by myself or will I have a buddy? Sometimes there are lock keepers on duty at Bottom Lock. If they are and they see me coming, they might open the gates and get things ready for me, which would be very helpful. I can actually see a boat ahead that looks as though it will be going up the locks. It looks as though the working boat is long gone. Just going to jump off now. You setting off up the locks? Are you going that way? Okay. I'm using this special tool for the first time. I'll show you later. I don't know if it's any good or not. But well, that's good. There are two boats waiting to come down and a volunteer lockie there, so I'm in luck. The first boat is exiting now. Hello. I'm making my way in now. Morning. Yeah, fine, thanks. I've just been told that all the gates are going to be open for me, which is absolutely wonderful. I can see a boat coming down actually. Gates are just being opened. I'm going to make my way out. I always look down and make sure I've got my windlass there. It's funny, apart from the boat that's moving, there are 2 or 3 others actually moored up, probably waiting to come in. Thank you very much. Thank you. There's quite a few lockies on today, are there?
There's still 2 on that boat too.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay, thanks. So if I've understood right, there are some lockies on at lock 2, which is the next lock I'll be going into. Beyond that, I don't really know. Just realised it's the fuel boat. entering the lock now. Morning. Morning. Thank you. Good luck with your catch assessment. It's pretty straightforward. Are you a boater yourself? Cheers.
Yeah,
thanks a lot.
have a good day.
Yeah, thank you. That's lock 2 done. All going well. Apparently I'm by myself now. There are no more lockies ahead. So we'll see what happens. Ideally there'll be a boat in the lock about to pop out. That would be wonderful. As far as I know, the last boats would have come down, which means the lock will be empty. But if there was a boat in this pound wanting to go up, then it will be full and I'll need to empty it. I'm just about to moor up on the lock landing. Just going forward so I can empty the lock. The lock looks to be sort of half full. It's obviously leaking through the gates. I'm going to leave this episode here for now. I'll catch up with you next time when I continue my passage through Braunston Locks. Many thanks for watching. Take care everyone. Bye for now. Hello, sorry to shout just now, but you're about to open the paddle. I'm nearly at the exit to the tunnel now. It's a bit muddy along here, on the towpath. On the left is the toll house.